this evening then, Neil?
In the end, a good point. I'm happy with the point. Probably a little bit disappointed that, based on chances created second half and the way we played second half, that we haven't picked up 3 points. I thought we deserved it based on the second half performance. That's been the story of the season so far, hasn't it? You know, second half performances which we've got to get to the bottom of, because you know, we can't keep starting so slow as we are in the first half of the games, because we're going a goal behind, and that raises us, and we seem to kick on, and our tempo is a little bit better, and we always seem to play better second half, and I don't know what it is. We've got to try and sort it out, you know. And I've just had a good chat with the lads in there about, you know, how we approach the game, and making sure, especially at home, that we're the ones that are dictating play. But we'll sort that out. But in terms of the game, fully deserved the point. Disappointed we never got through. I thought second half, number of good chances, and obviously far better than the first half.
We started really well, but as soon as Newcastle got the goal, again from a set piece again, which you can't be overly happy about.
No, not at all.
Newcastle then seemed to control it for a while without really causing any problems. And so it took until the second half just to get going. Yeah,
well, and we did start the game well, and I was pleased with the first 5 or 10 minutes, because we gained a bit of territory, and we got a free kick or a corner, a throw in, and you know, on the front foot, and we might have had Kopi might have had a goal scoring opportunity, and then, like you say, they get their goal from a set piece, and again, that shouldn't be happening, because you know, we've got a number of 6-foot players in our side, and they've probably got one in Neville Thompson, and we shouldn't be conceding from set pieces. And working out, that's probably 6 set pieces we've conceded from in 10 games in the league, and that's got to be ironed out, because there'll be bigger sides who are better at set pieces, and we've got to defend better. Happened Saturday, it's happened again today, so we've got to sort that out. But even after that, although the tempo, I wasn't happy with the tempo, the way we played, because I still think we dominated possession, albeit too slow, too cumbersome, too one-paced, no real inventory from us, and it took, you know, readjusting at half time to improve the second half performance, and I thought our tempo was a little bit better. We looked more of a threat going forward, bringing Stan and Kopi centrally. They looked a little bit sharper in and around their centre halves. I didn't think their centre halves were that mobile, and I just thought getting a little bit of pacing around them were causing problems. And the tempo was marginally better second half, but still not where I want it to be, you know, at home.
If anything, the tempo is the last quarter of the game where the tempo really got up to the level it was Saturday at Loughborough. But again, it took a special goal from Stan to pull us level. I think we needed that goal. And then the crowd well and truly behind you, and I couldn't believe the crowd on a Tuesday night with Champions League on the telly. I mean, I was expecting, you know, just over 300 tonight.
How many was it?
438.
Oh right, great.
So again, it just shows that you know, people at Stafford are starting to believe in what you're doing.
Which is good. I mean, I think we might have gone second in the table, haven't we, based on that result, I think, something like that. But that period where Stan scored, and I think then we hit the post with his header straight after, and Kobe's follow-up, the keeper saves. There's like a 15-minute period where, you're right, the fans get behind us. All of a sudden you look round and you think, you know, there's a couple of 200, 300 people there behind the goal cheering us on. But we've got to give them something to get excited about. And a little 15, 20-minute period, it's not long enough. And when we're not dominating the game for long enough, especially at home, it goes flat. Our play goes flat, and the fans go flat. And I've said to the lads, it's up to us to give the fans something to cheer about. And 15 minutes in a game of football, 20 minutes in a game of football, and then have a bit of a rest, and then it's not long enough. At home, we've got to be dominating, dictating play far more often and for far longer periods. And when we do that, you can see we've got a goal threat, we've got pace, we've got strength up front, and we've got midfielders who can score goals. But those periods of play where we've scored our goals tonight, they've got to be for longer periods, especially at home.
Moving on to Saturday, so that's 2 points against, you know, 2 of the sides at the top end of the table now. Different prospect now going to Lincoln on Saturday. They've had a couple of decent results on the spin. What do you know about Lincoln? What sort of thing are we expecting?
Well, firstly, I mean, I wanted 3 points tonight, because 4 from the week would have been tremendous against Newcastle and Loughborough, who you would think are both going to be up there. It hasn't happened for us tonight, but we've got, in my opinion, that's a solid point against a Newcastle side that you expect to be in and around the playoffs. So it's that next building block. Again, we've took another point off a team that, you know, in and around the top 5. So I'm chuffed with that, and I've told the lads that, fair play to them. But now we go on our travels. Our away form's been pretty good. Lincoln, like you say, have struggled early doors, but picked up a couple of results of late. Their home form is poor. They haven't won at home, they've played 4, lost 4. Now we've got to go with the mentality to make sure that, you know, they don't improve on that. We've got to go and get 3 points. Got to get 3 points away at Lincoln. A long way to go on the coach, but we've got to turn up with the right mental attitude, the right approach to the game, and guarantee that we get 3 points. Because, you know, it's all right getting points against Newcastle and points against Loughborough away when you're 2-0 down, but, you know, if we're going to have any intention of staying in and around this top 5, top 6 for longer periods, then no disrespect to Lincoln, but we need to pick up 3 points.
And in terms of the personnel, I mean, there was only one change tonight, and you seem to starting to build into a settled sort of 11, a pattern. Are you looking at much the same Saturday?
It's too early to say. I mean, I do a little bit of homework on Lincoln. I've had a couple of reports on them, and you know, I'll speak to 1 or 2 between now and then. We made a change tonight because we're at home, and I wanted to win the game. And you know, if you can get 3 strikers on the pitch in Cope, Magisha, and Ryan Winter, you know, I think you've got a bigger chance of winning the game. And they've all had an impact. But that's not necessarily how we're going to play on Saturday at Lincoln. It depends what shape they've got, depends on how we train, and depends who's available as well, because you know, without speaking to anybody already, we might have picked up a couple of knocks tonight. So without making too many predictions, we'll have a little look at what we've got squad-wise and how they play on Saturday to make sure that we're going with the right team and right squad for Saturday.
Brilliant. Cheers, mate.
No worries, thank you.
Cheers.